Oh, it's been over 5 years.
Over five
Since
years.
COVID. Since COVID. I think COVID made me to start to do that because we're indoors and I
Yeah.
worked with an NGO. I was in Nigeria at the moment. I worked with Mary
What's the
Stopes.
NGO called?
Mary Stopes. And we
That
did
sounds
a
really
lots of trainings and all of that. So when COVID came, we're not at the front line. We're just training, a lot of virtual training, although we're going to the office and trying to roll out training. That was it. I think that was when I started. Yeah.
wow. Wow.
Mm.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's been
And
a while for the mental
it's
health
been
thing.
a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That's wonderful. And I feel, and not just I know that when it comes to mental health issues, it's not
Mm.
something you see, right? It's not something that can be felt. It's something that you feel on the inside. It's not like
Yeah.
you're bleeding and blood, like you're okay. It's not like you can see visible evidence of blood
Mm.
or injury. It's
Mm.
mental. So
Mm, yeah.
sometimes when people experience it and they try to explain it, people don't understand. That is why we need voices like yours and mine to emphasize that when someone comes to you and says that they are depressed, don't laugh, don't tell them, oh yeah, go on, you understand? Like those
Yeah.
are it's very sensitive. I can't count on my 10 fingers how many times I've been able to mediate when it comes to people that are, on the verge. Some people
Mm.
drop suicide notes on their WhatsApp status.
Yeah, I
Some
know, and
people,
they do it before you know it.
yes. So, but I'm so thankful to God that most of the people, in fact, all the people that I've seen drop those kind of notes, one dropped one, and I knew this person was passing through 10 million bridge that evening.
Yeah.
And next thing the person wrote, is it not just to jump inside the bridge? Immediately I took action. I started reaching out to everybody around him. Like
Yeah.
his phone was until he was able to get home to safety. And mostly, you'll be surprised. It's mostly the men that have been that has been depressed. The women, they kind of post maybe like I'm stressed, but the men post straight up, this is the last thing I'm going to do. And then at that point, I'm not even guessing if you're serious or not. Like we are pulling,
Yeah.
you know,
When they threaten like
every
that, even if they are one day they do it. If they start to put out threat like that, they do it. They actually eventually would do it. If it's not now, they'll do it in
exact.
the nearest future. They do.
Thank you. So at that point, it's time, and it's time to assimilate them into a program,
Yeah.
speak life over them,
Yeah.
and rewire the mind. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you, but I'm advanced aid with the Nigerian Red Cross Association.
Okay.
So it's kind of thing
Yeah,
that
man.
doing
Mm.
and
Mm.
so to tell us a bit about yourself. It's not like that. You have what you've done, understand us. So let me put it up in a second.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at
You said
is that a sweatshirt? Is that a t-shirt? Okay,
what
that's like
sweatshirt I'm wearing? Oh, I'm sure it
is
is. The
lovely.
sweatshirt.
It's lovely. Yeah.
It is.
Okay, so I'm putting up the picture. Just give me a minute. And what role does exercise play in all this in mental health?
It does a lot. Like it relieves stress a lot because remember, the aim is to distract you from that thing that is the causative what causes the stress that releases the hormone, the cortisol hormones and all of that. So when you exercise, you have the I feel good hormone releases and you feel okay, your body starts to perceive it as relief from that stress. When we go through all of the presentation, you're going to see all of that in there. So yeah, it's
Okay,
oh,
so let me introduce you.
go ahead
Okay, please go ahead.
get that because it's quite yeah.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so tonight we have a registered nurse and a specialized mental health first aider Joining us all the way from the UK, Coach Eunice Falaye. Did I
Yes, you pronounce.
did I pronounce your full name well?
Ghanaians
Awesome.
are Nigerians.
I'm Nigerian actually. I just live in Ghana.
Oh, nice, nice. What's your phone?
Yes, my name is Ndali Modebe Ndalako. I'm actually
Igbo.
I'm half Nigerian, half Igbo, Yoruba, Cross River.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
from all over. Oh, you thought I was Ghanaian?
I thought you're Ghanaian. I didn't take time to look at the full name, and if I
Oh
did,
my goodness.
maybe you married.
Please, I'm your Yoruba sister. My grandma is from Isaleko.
Oh, I'm Yoruba from Ocean State.
Imagine that. All this while you thought I was Ghanaian. You'd be like, Nigerian jollof. I'll
You know,
add to my slide.
oh.
Nigerian jollof is better. I'm fully Nigerian. I just live here. I was in Lagos. I was in Nigeria a couple of. I came in November, and I
Oh.
just returned to Ghana a few months ago, March.
Mm.
I'm fully Nigerian now, but I'm in Ghana. Ghana is lovely, and their
It's,
jollof is good too.
and their
Just for
jollof is not to be compared with our jollof.
that conversation will start wars. Okay, so tonight we are on transformational trainings, and the topic is how to combat stress effectively and balance your mental health. Registered nurse and um, mental health first aider, Coach Eunice Falaye, will be taking us tonight. And stay blessed. Watch all the way till the end. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then also look out for her on Instagram and follow her account, show her some love. I made you admin,
Okay.
co-host rather, so you can share your slides.
Yeah.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
Mm. Okay, here we go. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay,
Good
my
evening.
like she said, and I want to please, yeah. Sorry, just want to go back to the Zoom. I opened my presentation. Have you given me
Okay.
access?
Yes, I've made you admin on the one with your camera. I've
Okay.
made you co-host rather.
Okay. Mm. Minimize this so I can have this. I'm just trying to expand this. I don't know
It's
what
all right. It's all right.
desktop today. Okay, so we're going to be talking about mental health today, and fortunately for us, May is a mental health month. Yes. Did I lose the other one, or am I still here?
We can we can hear you.
Both. Can you see me on both?
Let me check.
I think I lost that. Please accept me again. I lost the other one,
Oh,
the one on the computer, the one
yes.
to, to present.
Okay. I can't see the second one. Please send
Uh,
a request.
yeah, I think I lost that.
Is that the one that will be sending the slides? I'll be sharing
Yes.
slides on.
Yeah, it's the one I'm going to be sharing the slide. Yeah.
Okay,
So it's
so
not.
that means I'll make that one co-host
Yeah,
then.
yeah, it's this one. Because this is my phone and this other one. The one you can't see me.
Okay. I can see on your phone channel.
Yeah, but we're not joining with the phone. Remember?
All right. All right. Just a minute. Okay. Let me
Okay, so I'm waiting for the.
so I'm adding the admin co-host. Okay. Please accept.
It's not come.
Your co-host already.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, I can see now.
All right.
I'm gonna share. Can you see me now? My screen?
Yes, the admin has started your screen. You see your screen now.
Okay. Thank you. So good evening, everyone. So we're going to be talking about
Mm.
stress, like Coach Ndali has said earlier on. And fortunately for us, it is the 2026 Mental Health Awareness Month. And like they know, it's themed action. They don't want us to keep just procrastinating, saying we're going to create awareness and all of that. They want us to create action towards mental health support, well-being, and also is aimed at stigma reduction. People do not like to talk about anything that has to do with mental health. It is tagged crazy, it's tagged mad. They don't want it to associate with that because they feel it's going to affect them as an individual. So it's stigmatized. So they want us to talk more about it so that we can reduce stigma. That being said, we'll go to the next slide. And we are going to address mental health is a very big topic, a very broad topic. So we are not going to go through a whole lot of things, but we want to see what directly affects us as an individual, that everybody, no matter who you are, undergoes stress. Even a baby undergoes stress. Baby in labor undergoes stress. So it's a normal thing. And at the end of this presentation, everyone here should be able to talk about the definition of good mental health, because we're going to start with that. We all need to know what mental health means, and the definition and the deviation from a good mental health. So it's very important for us. At the end of this presentation, we'll also be able to know the importance of creating awareness on issues around mental health. We'll be able to understand what stress is as well as causes of stress. We we also would be able to understand and identify symptoms of stress, how we can manage stress, and how we can seek help if needed. Like I said, stress is normal. Without stress, you will not be motivated to do a whole lot of things in life. Now, at the end of the most important thing now is just be able to use a range of practical. Oh, I think I lost that. Someone was trying to call me there. I don't know. Good. I lost one. Use a range of practical steps to improve your own overall well-being, because no matter what we're saying about mental health and all of that, the only thing we're trying to aim at is for our mental well-being. We want to be okay. We don't want to break down. We don't want to have complications from stress, and we do not want to, of course, drop dead. Yeah, that's one. So we'll go straight into it. What is good mental health? Because we usually would define mental health, and people just feel okay, if mental health is defined like this by WHO, then what is the deviation from mental health? That's why I put the word good mental health. Now, mental health, as written there, as you can see on the screen, is a state of mental well-being that enables people to cope with the stresses of life, realizes their ability, learn and work well, and contributes contribution to their community. Meaning, it is normal for us to undergo stress on in our day-to-day activity. It is normal. So the ability for you to cope with the stresses of life is what makes you to be known as having a good mental health. I don't know if we capture that. If you can cope with the stresses of life and you go about your day-to-day activity, yes, at some point you can have some burnout and you come back to on your feet again. You're productive, you're working, it does not affect your day-to-day activity, and you are also useful to your community, then would say you have good mental health. Can we hear me, or am I just talking to myself?
We can hear you
No,
loud and
no,
clear,
I can
please.
hear you, please.
Thank you so much.
We had to mute the mic so that we don't distort the
Yeah.
teaching.
Thank you,
Mm.
Zikra. Thank you. Okay. So, indicators of good mental health: how we think, feel, and behave. Now, when issues are being discussed, the way you think about things, the way you don't shut people up, the way you allow people to live and let live is very important. That's when you would tell you that, oh, this person has a very good mental health because you're accommodating. Remember, there's what we call neurodiversity. Everybody has different kind of brains, and we operate at different level. So your ability to be able to accommodate people, to be able to know that, oh, this person, I don't know the background, I don't know where this person is coming from, and I can relate. So let me just give the person time to just come by, giving them grace. I think that's the word. Is what makes people to know that you have good mental health, because you can cope. The word cope. Now, how we cope with ups and downs of everyday life, that's what shows that you have a good mental health. You cope, you've gone through stress, you're supposed to do a particular presentation at work, your laptop got stolen or something just happened and it was supposed to be your promotion presentation, and everything happened, and you of course you're human, you crash over it for a little bit. After 1 or 2 days, you're back on your feet, and like, oh, what next? That is a good mental health, because you're not dwelling in it for too long. It is normal for human to want to feel reflect, to feel sober for losing one thing or the other. But the ability for you to get back on your feet again and say, what next? What can I do? Or how can I fix this? Is what shows that you have a good mental health. Now, how we feel about ourselves and our life. How Also, how you feel about yourself. I'm talking about self-esteem here. How do you feel? Are you confident? Do you feel low of yourself when you're around people? Do you feel intimidated? Do you know that you're unique in your own way and that you have something special that God has given to you that nobody else has? Do you value yourself? That is what shows that you have a good mental health, regardless of your financial status, regardless of who you are. You should be able to value yourself, because your uniqueness is your selling point. God did not create two of you. There's neurodiversity. Good. And how stress affects us. Yes, like I said, stress is normal, everyday activity that happens to us, but your ability to be able to stand back and making sure it does not affect your day-to-day life is what makes you is an indicator of a good mental health. Are we following?
Yes, we are.
Good, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. I haven't said that, so I just try to define what we call good mental health, and as well as
The
uh,
indicators.
indicators. Yeah, thank you. You're following. Now we go to the importance of creating awareness on mental health. We need the voices of everybody to be on deck. Like Coach Indali said, she mentioned about someone, she didn't pay attention to that person that had written something on the status. You'll be surprised that that person would have committed suicide, and it would happen just like that. And people will be like, ah, but people have been around this person. This person is always excited. What happened? I saw the person at work yesterday. She was in church yesterday.
Mhm.
So we need to be our brother's keepers. We need to
Yes.
also be very observant and see where we can come in to help. You want to say something, Coach?
No, I said exactly. I think being our brother's keepers,
Yeah.
being emotionally sensitive and intelligent
Mm,
is what would help this generation, because a lot of people are very self-centered
mm,
and they
mm.
have a very sort of, the reprogramming of the mind
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
is what we really honestly need. And you're doing that already. Well done, Paul.
Okay, thank you. So we need to be timely intervention. Remember, if she did not intervene timely, it might not be the same story we're talking about that person. She might just be telling us that, oh, she saw something, because she did not intervene and something happened and we all filled with regrets. Now, to provide immediate brief support, I'm saying the importance. Why do we need to create awareness? To provide immediate brief support for someone who is psychological distress. Yes, just support like you are. Yes, you're not a mental health first aider. You're not maybe a medical personnel or whatever, but you can as well provide immediate brief support like she did to the man in question, to provide a safe space at work for individuals to access support and the community at large. Your workspace, for example, we have individual differences. People, something as little as noise can affect your own colleague at work and can stress them out as little as noise. But when we have an open space and we're just doing your own thing, maybe on your deck and all of that, you're so playing music loud, and that person just is always burning out every day. You need to understand that we are neurodiverse and we need to support one another. You need to be observant and know that, oh, this person doesn't like this. Okay, I'm not saying you should fold, I'm not saying shrink for anybody, but we also need to be sensitive so that we can have a safe community, and environment. To raise awareness and break down the stigma and increase dialogue around mental health in our community. Yes, we creating this awareness so that we can create awareness, break stigma. Like I said, 2026 Mental Health Awareness Month is focusing on stigma reduction because they see that people do not want to talk about issues around mental health because you're stigmatized, you tag mad, you tag crazy, you tag like you colo or something is wrong with you upstairs. That is why people do not want to speak out or seek help. But if we speak about it often, then they'll see it as normal, just like the way we treat physical illnesses, the way we treat diabetes, we talk about it, hypertension, we talk about it, and people are open to talk about their physical illness is the way we should be able to talk about mental health, even though we do not say it, but we should be able to speak about it so that people will come out to seek help when they require help. Identification of issues allows support and intervention, which supports performance and overall well-being. Now, if we speak about it often, a lot of people, for the last 2 to 3 days, I've been taking webinars on um PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorders, and we've done a lot on that. And people could identify with it. They could relate. It was relatable. They could see, they could identify, oh, I think I've gone beyond this level, and I think at this level I need help. So if people do not identify a problem, then they do not know that it's a problem. And then it gets complicated. So, but when we speak about it often, people get to look inward and say, oh, I have this problem. I think this is at this point, I need help. So, the more we speak about it, the more people would be able to seek help and identify that, yes, they have problem. And remember, you can't solve any problem. The first thing is identification, diagnosis. You have to know that you have this problem before you can solve it. You have to admit you have this problem before it can be solved. Yeah. Um, I feel like I'm talking. Somebody's here. I'm admitting this person. Okay, so we move to now to the main topic of today. Those were just introduction to prepare our mind about mental health, general mental health, why we're doing this, and why we also you know that we're not wasting our time. That is why took us through those introduction. Now we are at the topic of the day, which is stress. What is stress? It's not far-fetched. I've mentioned it several times in this presentation that it is normal way of life. We are stressed every day that we go out. But it's just that in the stress cycle, we're relaxed, we get stressed, then we go back again to being relaxed. So we're okay. Our body goes back to reset and we're fine. But when the stress cycle continues, instead of you to go back to relaxation mode, then you still in your stress mode, then there's a problem. Okay? Accumulation of that causes the problem. Now, stress, the definition says the negative reaction we experience when perceived demand outweighs perceived resources. You are always able to overcome stress. Now, your perceived demand for you to be the energy, the right hormones, the right uh, capacity you need to be able to fight that stress, you do not have it because your body now sees that this stress outweighs the resources, your capacity to be able to overcome it. That is what now becomes stress. Now, stress means different things to different people. For some people, they will like, I don't master me, I don't stress, that's how they do 'em. I don't know if I don't, I'm sorry. I don't know if Ghanaian they understand this in my broken English that I just said now. Okay, I'll go back. Some people will just be like, "Oh, I'm used to stress. Don't worry, I'm used to stress." No, you are not used to stress. It accumulates, and that's why you see. So at some points, some people have hypertension. At some points, some people have heart attack. Cortisol level rises up. You start to feel hormones in your body and all of that. So it is no, you cannot be used to stress. Always look for a means of trying to what emptying your stress container so that you are not locked up there, is not overflowing, and you have outburst or you fall sick. Now, it is a normal part of everyday life. Yes, that's how some people see stress. It's a normal part of everyday life. Like I said, it is normal because we have a stress cycle. You relax, you go through stress, work, everything, then you come back to relaxation, and the cycle goes on like that every day, every day. But when there's a break in that cycle, instead of you being relaxed, you're stressed, then there's a problem. We're going to see the stress cycle very soon. Stress can um um important part of our motivation to can be an important part, okay, an important part of our motivation to act and succeed. Yes, when you stress, you might have failed that exam and you're so stressed out of it, and you feel like, oh, I need to pass this exam because I need to get the job. You're stressed. You can motivate you like, okay, I'll do all it takes. There's nothing. I'm not going back on this. I must achieve this MBA. I must achieve this certification because I need to get out of this stress. I need to get out of this my pay grade. I need to be promoted. So sometimes stress is a motivation for us. It motivates you to achieve your goals, which is normal. But what I keep saying is that when you continue to stress over and over again and you never go back to relaxation mode, that is where the problem comes in. Are we okay? If you can
Yes,
hear,
ma'am.
yes, you
We
can
can hear you.
on, you can write. So we know that we are all together. So I'm not
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
myself. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Now, this is what I was talking about. Picture it. It's good to picture to have a diagram so that a pictorial representative so you can see it. Even when you're at home, you can picture what it feels like. So this is the stress cycle and the stress container. The stress cycle is normal for us, like I keep saying. Neutral body in neutral state. That means your body is not stressed. You're relaxing. Probably you're home, no emotional stress, no financial stress. You relax, your body's in neutral mode, nothing is happening. You're just relaxing. I feel good hormone is being released, you're okay. Then you go to work or you experience maybe domestic violence or something that stresses you. Then there's a beginning of threat that is perceived. Remember, stress, the definition. Your body has perceived something as a threat. Then it comes in, your body starts to react to all of those things. Um sorry. Okay. Then what happens at the middle? A fight or flight response. Remember what we talked about? Fight. Then your body has perceived the threat. Am I going to fight? Am I going to flight? When you're talking about the flight effects, that's where the adrenaline pumps in. Like I keep saying, hormones come into your body, adrenaline pumps in, and you'll be like, oh, I want to run. That's your fright. Is it that you go? Is it that your fight or flight effect? Or the hormones, cortisol, the stress hormone, is being released? Of course, signal is sent to the hypothalamus. That's where the hormones are being that, oh, there's something happening. something is wrong somewhere, they releases these hormones and it comes into your body. At the end of the whole thing, for example, let's say an accident scene, you've gone through that, you're out of the accident scene, there's no further stress, you better and you're out of it. Then, and what happens? Threat is over, it's now safe. So your body always give that signal like, okay, we're back to normal, we're out of danger, you're all right. Then it goes back to neutral state again. So that is how the stress cycle, that's how every day of our life, this is what happens to us. Now, these stages that we have, when you start to experience when your body's supposed to go back to the neutral state, your resting phase, and your body does not go back, and it still goes back to another perceived stress without resting and continues like that, then if there's a build up, then something is going on and it could affect your health. We're going to get into all of that. Do we understand the stress cycle now? So before I go into the stress container,
Yes.
okay. Thank you, Zikora. So we're going to go to this what we call the stress container, which is an illustration of how we as individual, how our brain and our body accumulates, absorb stress, and how we should be able to release the stress so that we do not break down, so that it does not overflow. The container you see here, okay, is your vulnerability. What happens? And the size of your it's a stress container, sorry. And the size of this container is about your vulnerability. How are you vulnerable? Is shown by the size of the container. Now, your stress flows into this container every day, everything you're going through, house rent, children, academic, any stress you're going through, just flows into that container. Just see, let's say, do I have something like a bottle? So it keeps coming, or a bucket, it keeps coming in, and there's a tap here. If you see behind here, there's a tap. This is the head of the container. This is where all the stress comes into it, as it happens all the time. Now, this tap, remember, if you keep fetching water into a bucket that is not leaking, what happens? If you do not turn off the tap, what happens?
It gets filled and it overflows.
Good. It overflows, and we do not want that to happen. That is why there's always a tap here. That's why you should always find a way to relieve your stress. Stress will come whether you like it or not. That's where the stress flows into the container. It will always come from every corner of this life. It will come and it will keep going into the bucket. While this tap is there, you see helpful coping strategies. Tap working lets the stress out. At some point, if this tap gets to stop working, because like it happens in our houses, in our homes, sometimes our tap do not work and it's blocked. What happens? You continue to stress, it overflows, there's trouble. So in your stress container, in as much as you go about a day-to-day activity and you're stressed in life, make sure your tap is running. If your tap is bad and you have an overflow, what happens? The container overflow, problem develop, that's when you have an outburst. You start snapping. You see some people from nowhere, maybe just very tiny thing. You've done something worse than you did to them before. Probably just maybe a handshake or something, and they've never reacted that way. But you just did something, maybe a body gesture, and they just reacted and they blew up and they start shouting, and you'd be wondering, what happened? How did you go from 0 to 100%? What happened now? It is not you. Their stress container just overflow like it has, they did not release their stress in a while. And it might not be for everybody, it might just be particularly towards you. Maybe you've been doing a certain thing, you've been pouring into the person's stress container, you've been pouring, the person has been tolerating you. The tap gets blocked. At some point, when it overflows, that's when they have outbursts. It happens in marriages, it happens with siblings, it happens with relationships and everything. So always make sure you empty your stress container. What are the scoping things you need to do? Can we guess? Can we brainstorm in the class? What are things you think you can do to release, to open up your tap. Zikora,
Oh, you can change your environment or you learn to ignore.
good. If that's your coping mechanism, you can change your environment, like you said, take a walk. If you know that this person is already getting fused or you are stressed, the environment, people are like already upsetting you, things happening there, you don't like it, change your environment. You can take a break. You don't have to blow your pockets. Oh, I need to go to my mom's house this weekend. You just take a break. It helps. Thank you so much, Zikora. And Dali, do you have anything, coping mechanism that can help empty the bucket so that it does not overflow?
Yes, most definitely. Can you hear me?
Yes, please. Clearly.
Okay, so there are several things I do to let off steam. For me, one of them, if you check my page, is going to the beach when my head is full and I feel my tap is my bucket is full. There's nothing else to give. I just take a trip
Yeah.
and I go to the beach and I take off my shoes and put my feet in the sand and just stare at nature. That is always very helpful. Exercise also helps
Yeah.
me as well. Breaking routine. Let's say I'm walking. I
Mm,
write a lot and probably I'm having writer's block. What
mm,
I do, I leave my environment.
mm.
I take a walk. I do the beach. I do something other than what I'm accustomed to, and then I come back and the ideas are flowing. So there are so many coping mechanisms that
Good.
I use.
Good. Thank you so much. You see, it's not far-fetched from
You're
what
welcome.
on the presentation. It's what we do. We do it every day. It's just that sometimes we allow ourselves to get to that breaking point, which is not supposed to be. And if you're
Mm,
very aware of all of these things, then you should be able to speak out, you should be able to help people around you, talk to them about it, let them know that, oh, I think you're having a burnout. You need to relax. You need to take a time out. You need to take time off. And the more you talk to people about it, it helps them. John, do you have anything you do? It's a kiso. Do you have anything you do that kind of relieves your stress container?
Yeah, so good evening and thanks so much. So what I would say, and it's what works for me
Mm,
sometimes, you know, there's that sense of I would say belonging, that there's that relief
mm,
it gives when you understand that, oh well, this the way you feel is not as a result of you not being efficient or productive,
mm.
because yeah, sometimes this stress and burnout could be as a result of work.
Yeah,
So and then, even if you don't have someone, if you have someone you could vent, you could talk with,
good.
because that tap really what that tap does is to vent.
Yeah, 20.
So I walk around the engineering environment, and for instance, a typical liquid nitrogen tank
Mm,
would explode
yeah,
if there is no venting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, that's
So
good.
if you don't find someone, what I do, if you don't find someone to talk with, you can get on a chatbot. You can pretty
Yeah,
much have a conversation with an AI. I've done that before. And then,
yes.
you just have a chat,
Mm,
and pretty much you just somehow in the middle of that, you might even forget that you were thinking, or you were worried about something, and something might just catch your attention, and you want to, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
good. Well done. Thank you so much. Now, you can see that I tell people that whatever we talk about mental health is all relatable, is what we all go through. Everybody has mental health. Good or either good or negative. Okay, I say that all the time. You can see it's just like he said. He said he's likened onto having like a container in engineering world where if you do not empty it, like it explodes, and that's what happened. That outburst that people will just come, you see somebody just carry cutlass, start fighting people. You wonder what's happening. It's just because it has gotten to the breaking point. So we should not allow ourselves to get to that point before we ease our stress. Did I share my one before we go ahead? You see, all of those things are there. I'll just run through them. For me, what I do, I love to travel a lot. Like, I love to travel. I go out. Where I am, where I live, of course, I'm in the UK. And people talk about work, work, work. They have time, they want to pick extra shift and all that. I don't do all of that. Because why am I doing it? You need to understand why you're doing some things. Is it stressing your life? Is money all about everything that you want to achieve in your life? Are you living for yourself? Or are you just making this money and sending it back home to people? Do you want to die young?
Mm.
So yeah, you need to know why you're doing those things. Okay, if I'm making this extra money, what am I doing with this extra money? You need to define it. So the way I do my own relieve my own stress, I do not. You don't see me pick all of those things, whatever. My normal time, you could see me just even walk down a plantation. You could see me have a coffee. You could see me just go time out and all of those things. I do a lot. Travel. I don't have to travel out of the country. If I want to travel out of the country, I do. If I don't want to travel out of the country, I could go into another state. Just a bus, which is not so expensive. You're not blowing your pockets, but you're achieving those things. So those are things you need to do. You first. I know we all have family. We have what we have. We have people we love and we value, but you should always come first and know the reason why you do things. Good. We're going. Well done, everybody. That was a good discussion. Stress. I want to kind of compare stress versus burnout. Let's see what it looks like when we say stress on the other side and burnout on the other side. Um, Stress is normal, like I've always said, I've mentioned it over and over again, characterized by over engagement. That's how it is, over engagement, while burnout is characterized by disengagement. Like the person doesn't want to just engage in that thing. You burn out, like, I'm done, burn out, I'm done. Okay. While the stress is like, just okay, just be doing it, whether you're productive or not, you just want to keep doing it and all of that. That's what stress makes you to do. Emotions are overreactive, while burnout, I told you, burnout is like, I'm done. Emotions are blunted. There's no emotions. The person is like, I'm done. I've given all of me. There's nothing left in me again. Produces urgency and hyperactivity, while burnout produces helplessness and hopelessness. Loss of energy, loss of motivation and ideas. Leads to anxiety difficulties, while burnout leads to detachment and depression. And the primary impact is emotional for burnout. While for stress just feels, I want to survive. I want to survive. That's what the body tells you. The brain see the instinct. I want to survive. So I have to go through all of that. So we go through the symptoms. We've all mentioned this in one way or the other. I'll just read through them. And if I need to explain anything, I will. The symptoms of stress can be categorized into physical, psychological, and behavioral signs. There's a lot of symptoms, but I just try to group them into three so that we can be able to narrow it down. Physical symptoms, like I said, when you're stressed, you start to feel aches. That's why some people will tell you, like, I have headache because you're stressed. You've passed your limits. Your body's giving you signs. Your body will not have headache if there's nothing wrong. It's giving you sign that slow down, and that's why you're having those aches and pains. It could be joint pain, it could be generalized body pain all of a sudden. It's because it's called the physical symptoms. Chest pain, your heart may be racing, having palpitations, exhaustion, trouble sleeping. You'll be like, oh, I've been working all day. I just came back from site. Why am I not sleeping? You're stressed. Your body is not just, a lot of cortisol is just in your body, released the hormones there. So there's no relaxation hormones. The I feel good hormones is not there. So you can't sleep because you're stressed. Dizziness and high blood pressure. That's what causes it. High blood pressure, your blood vessels start to narrow, the pressure it starts to go up, and before you know it, sometimes there might not be sign. You wouldn't know that you have high blood pressure because you're stressed. Psychological symptoms. We've talked about the physical symptoms. Physical symptoms goes on and on. It's individualized. Some people know the way they feel when they're stressed. Some people, maybe their hair starts to pull, they start to lose their hair, or it breaks off. A lot of people, some people in the they kind of, no, I won't say that. That's no, yeah, it's still physical. Will I say physical like breaking out? What do you think breaking out is? Is it physical? Like having pimple, acne,
Yeah, so some persons acne is as a result of stress.
stress, yeah.
I've seen someone, yeah, who says it comes out when she's stressed up.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. And some people start to see their if their menstruation is like in a week time, they see it now because of hormones and all of that is imbalance and all of that just keeps spiking there and there. Thank you. Psychological symptoms is anxiety. That's where the mental health comes in. Anxiety, restlessness, lack of motivation or focus, feeling overwhelmed, and irritability. You feel irritable. Every little thing upsets you. That's psychological because your mental state is not okay. You're stressed. Behavioral symptoms, changes in appetite. You're stressed. You think you should be eating when you're stressed, but everybody has different ways to react. Some people pick on this. I have a friend, if she's stressed, she can take a whole box of chocolate. She just be eating it, eating it. Just she just want to put something in her mouth. She can't stop. She just be eating everything when she's stressed. And some people don't eat at all when they're stressed. They don't eat at all. They just they wouldn't drink water, they wouldn't do anything. They don't just eat at all when they're stressed. Procrastination, you're stressed. Have you ever noticed sometimes you have all the time? You're not doing anything, but you can't just keep procrastinating. Oh, I'll do that thing. Oh, I'll do that presentation. Oh, I'll do A, I'll do B. I'll go so place. But you're not doing anything. Why can't you do it now? It's just because you're stressed. Your mind is not in the right state of mind. Ndali mentioned that when she's trying to write or doing something, she's stressed. Sometimes she just leave it aside and just take a walk or just do something, just go away. By the time she comes back, the ideas will be flowing in. So most times you're stressed. You just need to take a break. You might not be doing anything at that point in time, but you're not relaxing. We'll get to that. You think I wasn't working, so what happened? You relaxation does not mean that you have your phone. You think you're relaxing or you're watching a movie. You're not relaxing. Okay? If you need proper relaxation, try to stay away from every other thing. Even if it's meditation, your phones are off, everything is away from you. Take that nap. It would help you. Behavioral symptoms. Okay, I said that. No, I've not said that. Changes in appetite, procrastination, increased use of alcohol, yeah, or drugs. Yeah, a lot of people tend to go into this direction, especially the younger ones. They tend to tilt towards drug, alcohol, because they feel like, oh, I'm high. I feel intoxicated, like I feel some kind of way in the cloud. So if I feel that way, then I forget my problems. But by the time the alcohol wears out or the drug wears out, then you're back to square one. You're back to the problem again. So those are the things that happens. And social withdrawal, yes. A lot of people low self-esteem. Oh my God. People start to like withdraw from their mates. We graduated at the same time. Can you see he's doing so well? See what's happening. I can't even be where my mates are. Look at what my mate is wearing. I can't do this. I can't do that. They start to withdraw from all of those things. Recognizing the symptoms can help in managing stress effectively. For more detail, I got a lot of information from Mayo Clinic. They are very good. If you want information about issues around mental health, Mayo Clinic, they are very good with that. You can check them out. Okay. Um, Management. We've talked about stress, the symptoms, burnout, stress versus burnout, talk about the stress cycle, the stress container, and now we could say how can we manage. I think my time, oh no, I didn't start exactly at that. I think I started 15 minutes after. I'll finish within the 1 hour. Management, how do we now? You said what?
Carry on, coach.
Oh, I didn't get that. It was breaking.
Carry on, coach. Yeah, here.
Welcome, Peggy. Um, so now I went into this a little bit when we were talking, when we are coming. Management. Let go of less important things. You have too much on your table. You have too much in your bucket. You have too much in your business. There's a lot of things that do not have to be in your business. If you're burning out, if you're stressed, you do not have to be in everybody's business. Let go of things that are less important. Prioritize, choose your priority. What is important to you? You need to go back to the drawing board. I'm stressed. Why am I so stressed like this? Like I said, I mentioned my case. being in the developed world does not mean, okay, because I'm here, I need to do all of the work and start sending money to ABC and all of that. I went back to the drawing board. I wouldn't do this at this time of my life. I've worked for all my life. What do I need? What is important to me? Map out things that you think is important to you, what you want to achieve, and how. Is when you do not have like a plan. That's why you keep going left, right, center. You keep trying to go everywhere. You become jack of all trades and master of none. Okay? Map out things, especially when you're stressed. If you can cope, like I said, stress is a normal activity, is a normal thing that goes your daily life. So if you can cope with those stress of life, it is fine. But when you're breaking out, you're burning out, then you need to visit the drawing board. Okay? Why do you do the things you do? Ask yourself that question. Do I need to be in that at that meeting? Do I need to go for all of this program? Do I need to visit my sister there and there and there? What if I take time off for myself? Just for myself, to be alone, alone time for myself. Ask yourself the question before you do anything. Focus on what is important to you. Like I said, you first. You have to focus on what is important to you. You need to choose your priority. What is important to you? If you drop that out and you choose what's important to you, then relaxation is very important against stress. You have to relax. Like I said, when you're relaxing, it's different from you holding your phone, trying to chat upon everybody. That's not relaxation. Full relaxation, like going to the spa, having a body massage, having like a hot bath, like just take care of your body, like just relaxing, something that will relax your mental health, taking a walk, exercise, a very good exercise. A walk is very good, is a very good exercise. Sometimes we say we relax, we watch TV, and we are not relaxing. It wouldn't do you good. It wouldn't do watching a movie is not going to do you good as walking. Walking is going to do you a lot of good than watching a movie. So choose which one do you want. In choosing a movie and taking a walk, which would you help? Connect with nature. Indali said she goes to the beach, barefoot on the floor like that. Connect with nature. It helps you releases all your stress and brings back that natural good, I feel good hormones, comes back to your body and your mind, a reset of your mind. Connect with nature. Take a bath, take a warm bath, just be in the bath, fill it up with water, even if you have money for spa or whatever. Fill it up with warm water, stay inside yourself in the water, enjoy yourself, have a drink, enjoy yourself like alone time. It helps to relax and releases the good hormones. Okay, now talk to others about your stress. John mentioned this the other time. Like I said, like that's what I was saying. Most of the things we're discussing, you can see that is what we do all the time. John mentioned that you talk to someone and remember you do not talk to everybody. Someone trusted, because it could compound your problem. Talking to someone that does not understand, that is not empathetic, could compound your problem. They could tell you, oh, or someone that is envious of you, like, you know, you're doing good, you don't even know what you have, blah, 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 blah. But they are not helping you. So talk to someone that is trusted. If you think you don't have a trusted friend, a sister, a wife, or somebody that you can talk to, seek professional help. Seek professional help. There are a lot of lines out there. I keep telling someone I did training trial the weekend, and people kept saying, "Oh, because you are in the UK, in Nigeria, they don't." I said, "No, there is, because I did my research and I saw that we have a lot of NGOs, CBOs doing those work in Nigeria. Like they do it. Even the government have the toll-free numbers, but people don't go there because they feel like, oh, they don't do it here. But those toll-free numbers are there. They are there. Search your web. You're going to see them there in your country, your locality where you are. They have those support there. Search very well. You're going to find. Make your research. They'll find. Seek professional help if needed, and above all, choose you. Like I said, you come first in everything you do. You come first. Now, um, who has something to say? How do you want to tell us? We've already mentioned this management, we discussed it in the other side where how you manage your stress and everybody had contributed. But Undali, do you have something to say about management? You want to add to the management? What you
Yes, I
yeah.
would like to add in two things. Um, I feel a lot of people, I know a lot of people are struggling with
Mm,
different aspects. It could be anxiety, depression,
mm,
self-limitation, self-doubt, procrastination. And most times, if you've tried your own way, try something else. Either you get an accountability partner
mm-hmm,
that you are going to be open and honest with, or
mm,
you seek consulting, or you seek a coach, you seek consultation. So I do consultations on Tuesdays and
mm,
all. So that is what my Tuesdays are. I do consultation for business owners, taking branding, rebrand, also, so my dates are pretty much for dedicated from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And sometimes need that person that will say, okay, do this. You know what to do sometimes, but you need someone that will sit
accountability.
in their office and
Mm-hmm,
tell you what to do and also help you manage it as well. So
mm-hmm,
yes, I think get like body, get somebody that you trust, like you said, because you don't want to tell your problems one that will go and put it on Twitter, or a broadcaster that will open up the radio stations and turn on the mic and say, a friend of mine told me yesterday. Although broadcasters are like when I was in broadcast, I'm still in broadcasting. We are
mm,
the best people to give advice because we know a little bit about everything, right? So now going into coaching, I know the rule of broadcasting won't even permit us to go, but that's like a standard job.
mm,
So get a body, someone you trust,
mm,
that you can, someone that is not your enemy, a
mm,
secret enemy, a secret competitor. Like, yeah, or
mm.
if you like that you get a coach. We are exalted by things that have been disclosed. We also open our own house. I'm sure you have as well. So reach out, for such.
Yeah, you were breaking at some points, anyways, but that's all right.
Okay, I was saying that that
Towards the
you also you
next
do
step.
you do coaching and consulting too, right?
Yes, yes, I do. I do. Mm.
Yes. So you tell us about that and how we can also reach you too.
Okay, so that's at the I think I have it here. But before then, can we ask questions? Can we have ask our questions, please? Contribution, not just questions. Zikora, you can
Coach,
contribute.
Coach, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the teaching, and I think I've been able to pick one or two to go with me.
Mm,
But the question I want to ask is this:
okay.
what do you do in a situation whereby, not the physical stress,
Mm,
let me say emotional stress, psychological stress,
mm,
and then you're asked to, maybe you need to endure it,
mm,
with time that you will be able to overcome, and
mm.
the stress is draining you, like
Yes.
it's taking the life out of you.
Mm. Thank you so much.
What do you do? You know, that situation that you can't help it. you
Mm,
know um when you want to complain, you will like, no, it's normal, that you need to try find a way of coping with it, and with time you'll get out of it, or
mm,
probably it will die off. I don't know how to explain it, but
mm.
what do you do when the thing is eating you up? you know
Okay.
you are kind of disappearing,
Okay.
and nobody is even supporting you to
Uh,
probably give you a leeway to get out of it. You are just told, endure, just learn to
Mm,
cope.
okay. Okay, well done. Thank you so much for that question, Zikora. First of all, above all, there's the last point I said. Above all, choose you. Go back to your stress cycle. This is the way the stress cycle is supposed to be. We have normal and abnormal. With what you're talking about right now, you've reached your breaking point and it is going to break you. If you've been going through this stress cycle, it is natural for you to have a point in your life or a point at every given point in time for you to your body to go back to reset to the neutral pattern to go back to reset. But if this neutral is not there, and this
Mm.
stress cycle continues, then you're going to break down. You're going to break down. Now, if the person is willing to speak to a therapist, or if you're willing to talk about it, like trash things out, can we talk about it? If you think that person needs help because it's affecting you as an individual, then you need to seek help. If it means talking to a trusted person, I don't want to conclude, but in my opinion, I'm sure the person telling you to say, don't worry, this is how it looks like, is a trusted person, or maybe the person that individual listens to. I don't want to draw a conclusion. Might be that
Yeah.
person. So there's no other person you need to meet because that's the person that is supposed to like listen to. Then you need to choose you. If the person is going willing to go for a therapy, because therapy helps a lot. See, I've seen a lot of things that people do that most times it doesn't come from, they don't do it willingly. They do it because of their giving. Giving means that's what life has given to them. That's how
Uh-huh.
their background, that's how they grew up, and that's what they know best. How they know best to do things. You see, they do, like I said, the awareness we're creating is for someone to even identify there's a problem. For example, the person might not even see that thing as a problem. There's this
Mm.
saga in Nigeria right now on the social media space. I'm not sure you'd have read about it, of a man, a particular man, Frank.
Frank and Chike. Frank and Chike.
And Frank told his wife, I'm sure it's an
Yes.
old video, but let's just say that's who Frank is. It was an old video of his previous wife, but let's say that's who Frank is. You have issue with your wife, then you keep malice with your wife. You don't talk to
You
your
keep malice. You're bragging you're the king of malice. Come
wife.
on.
Yeah, you keep malice with your wife and you don't talk about it. Frank might not know better. You see, that's why I'm not judging him, and I'm
He
not.
might not be
He
true.
might not know better. He might, the way we were brought up as Nigerians, as old millennium, like it's not even millennial. What generation is Frank? Frank is not in our generation. Is generation before. The way they were brought up, they were told like
Baby boomers, I mean, we are
good.
the millennials.
Yeah. So that's his given. That's how he was brought up. What a person like that needs is therapy. But if that person will not bring themselves down or come down to say they okay, I've agreed, I'll follow you. Frank might not see that. Frank did not see that as a problem. That's why he would go to a podcast and say, you see the way he was saying with all his full chest.
And call himself the king
Yes.
of
Honestly,
malice.
yes, because he does not know better. He does not see it as something. But so the person in question must know that, oh, this is the problem before
That
it
they need help.
they need help. So, but if you can't identify, if you feel like this is the way a woman should be treated, or this is the way I do my things, and I'm not doing
This
it,
for your wife.
so that means you feel you don't have a problem. So that's the problem. If the person feels they don't
Coach,
have a problem, they will keep doing that thing over and over again. They will never change.
coach,
Yes.
coach Eunice.
Yes.
Coach Eunice. In this matter between Chike, Frank, and Sandra, I'm apart from the whole he kept malice, I'm more worried about the outcome of this because some men are already talking about physical harm, like
Mm.
harming, chicken. And then someone made a video and said, if you're speaking this way, are you also encouraging wives go ahead and harm the side
Yeah.
chickens?
Yeah.
You understand? So it doesn't make sense. So at the end of the day, what we don't want is all banter, is all fun and games right now, but there's people's mental health involved. We
Yes.
don't want to hear justice for anybody. We don't
Mm.
want to hear that somebody jumped off a limb or something. Let it be banter. Let it end as banter.
Mm.
Nobody should physically harm anybody. Nobody should. So that's where, because I'm very passionate about this case, because of a lot of women have gone through things like this for several years, and then they've been advised to pray, seek counsel, dress hotter, be more domesticated. That's why women are standing behind Chicken, because it's like a breath of fresh air that a woman is actually doing this openly
Yeah. Yeah.
and owning it. Do you
Mm.
understand? While I don't condone
Yeah.
premarital extramarital affairs, right? I'm just saying that let's be civil. I feel three of them need therapy. Both the Chike, the Frank, and the Sandra lady. They all need therapy
They need therapy.
because
Yeah.
after the Nigerians have been dragging them the last couple of days, they definitely, most definitely need therapy, and my therapy sessions are open. They can come so we can help them.
Okay, so Zikora, back to you so that we can answer that question. So you have to go back to the drawing board right now.
Mm-hmm.
Person, would this person allow for discussion? Is he open to discussion to say, I've told you these things time over time, A, B, C. I've reached my breaking point. It's affecting me. You can see the stress container. You can see what happens when it gets to that place. So that one day, because you see people, I've seen in the social media space in the past 2 weeks, I've seen people suicide. Like, is it suicide? Yeah, suicide. Committing. No, not suicide. What's that one that somebody will kill? Like husband will kill wife. Murder. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Husband kills wife. Wife
Domestic
kills
violence.
husband. No, is this domestic violence? No, they will kill. They will murder each other. Like they will kill each other. Like in Nigeria,
That's
like
crazy.
it's a lot because their stress container they can't tolerate again is overflown. So you just see a very quiet woman, you'll be wondering what happened. This woman cannot even kill a fly. What happened? Why did she stab her husband? What happened? It's because of things like this. So the best thing to do is to
They've gotten to the breaking point.
breaking point, the outburst. The best is to sit down there. Are you open to conversation? Even if you've had the conversation several times, come, this is my last conversation. We need to seek help. We need help. If they're going to go for therapy, it helps. Therapy, oh, it does magic, my sister. It does magic for people like that because they don't know better. That's the way of life. That's the way they feel like their mind is pictured. So therapy would help with that person. But if the person is not willing, choose you, I would say. But
Okay. Oh.
you need that grace
Thank
to say,
you.
yeah,
Why I love this.
of
This
course.
idea of choosing you.
Yeah.
This idea of choosing you, many a time, you're seen to be the wicked person when you choose you.
Yeah, it's better. It's better to
You're
be
seen to
late.
be,
It's
you don't have,
kind. You're
um,
empathetic. You're not. Yeah, a lot of words we've heard it. We've
hmm,
heard it,
I
but
don't
it,
know that word to use again. You
yeah,
know, you
yeah.
don't, you don't have that spirit. You don't have perseverance.
Yes, if
You
person
don't have a,
all the words we've heard it, but most of those women end up in the grave. Most of those women end up in the grave.
mm,
We've heard all of those words, but when if somebody has reached their breaking point, please choose you.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you too. Any other questions so that we can go ahead? Oh my God, we passed the time. Okay, I think it's about 1 hour, exactly 1 hour now. Okay, so if there's no more question, in conclusion, let me go to the conclusion part. Stress is a part of human existence.
Please, do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? John, Peggy, do we have any questions? Ask your questions. Now we have a certified nurse and mental health first aid in the house. She's not guessing. She has the knowledge. Go and check Instagram page. I'm sure she's going to direct us our Instagram page. She has so many videos that will help you. So if you have any questions, speak now. Okay, don't go on them and say, "Oh, I wanted to ask." Ask now. If you ask later, they'll pay in pounds. So ask now. Ask now. If you're having challenges, work, you're stressed, you're burnt out, you are exhausted, you're heartbroken, you're depressed. Ask now.
Ma, please,
Ask
can
now.
I say
And
so?
then
Can I say something?
yes, please go ahead.
Please, you talked about management,
Mm.
and something just struck me. When you feel withdrawn, like you lose interest in a lot of things that probably before you have interest in doing, just because of stress, and you're finding it difficult to go back to it. What do you do exactly?
So who is drawing on our screen? Who is that? Somebody's writing on our screen.
Hey, I only made you admin on who is doing that?
That's why.
Wait, let me check. You're the only co-host here.
What is writing on the screen? So, anyways, the
That's
question
part
is
of the stress. The people are stressed.
stress. The only thing you need to go out is to go back to yourself, go back to nature, go back to yourself, release your stress. Things you love to do. Not it might not be now, it might not be in the past 4 or 5 years. Remember, go back to reflect. what are those things I do that actually make me happy? Remember things that you've done maybe in the past, maybe like 10 years ago, that you did that really, you really felt so good doing it. Try to go back to it and do it. You're just stressed. That's it. That's the word. If you lost interest, that's why I came back to this burnout or whatever. You've lost the motivation, loss of motivation and ideas. Like you've lost interest. So it's burnout. Like it's even more than stress now. You're like you've crashed. You've reached your breaking point. So when you reach your breaking point, then you just need to stop everything, put everything aside. Just put it aside and face you. Come back. Make sure you get back to this point where you have your stress cycle.
Hmm.
So burnout is like the senior brother of
Yes.
stress. It's like the extreme.
Mm.
So it starts as stress and it progresses to burnout.
Now,
So you don't even want, once you notice this, the stress, once you notice that you're getting stressed, you're getting tense, you're snapping at people, right? It's time to step back so you get to the burnout stage. And these days, I don't know if it's the same in the UK. A lot of young people are getting strokes, are passing out,
yeah.
are
Yeah.
are
Everywhere around
suffering.
the world. It's everywhere. It's stress. It's everywhere around the world. It's everywhere.
There was an article that came out about sometime last year. It said burnout is the new pandemic.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Okay, so in conclusion, thank you for that, Zikora. I hope we answered your question. You
Yes.
just need to take time out. You are. Okay. Stress is a part of human existence, and the ability for us to cope with daily stressors of life indicates good and positive mental health. Just as our physical health, because we focus so much on our physical, oh, I'm diabetic, hypertensive, oh, I have this, I have that. We focus so much on our physical health while forgetting our mental. And we've forgotten that when we break down mentally, then physically, okay, or
Hmm.
mentally, then our physical health becomes a trouble. They both rely on each other. Okay. So you
Hmm.
need this to survive this, you need this to survive the other one. So we need, they're interwoven, so we need to always take care of it. Timely identification of these challenges, like she said, timely identification is when you're stressed, you're not getting to that relaxation mode anymore. You're always like burnout, like stress. Then you need a timeout. You don't have to get to that breaking point where you explode or things happens negatively before you take a break or you take a bath. Okay? Challenge
Yes.
prevent complications or even death. That's why I say because I tell you, I love the illustration John did. He used the what tank did he use in the engineering whatever that he mentioned?
The GP tank.
Liquid nitrogen tank.
Nitrogen. I love that illustration. See, you see that explosion will cause if it's 20,000 people outside to kill all of them. Huh? If it's 10,
Hmm.
if it's 20 people aside, it will kill all of them. That's how the human mind can explode. Have you seen people, somebody go to what's it called, a mall and just kill, just do the gun and just shoot everybody? It's mental health issues. They've gotten to that point. So it's always good to identify this problem initially before you get to that breaking point, complications, and even death. So it's all avoidable if only we can always take time out. You can make it a routine. Have your bedtime routine. Have, whether you like it or not, you just say, okay, when it's 10 o'clock, no matter what I'm doing, I'm shutting down. I have to go to bed at this point in time. No matter what I'm doing, every once in a month, I'm going to go for time out, maybe go to the beach, just take a walk or just or something. No matter what I'm doing, no matter how busy I am, once in a week I'll take like a how many kilometer walk from my house to so place and all of that. Just
Mm.
self. Okay, plan for yourself. Put yourself in plan. You put your children in plan. You put your family in plan. Your mother, your father, everybody, but except you. You put everybody in plan except you. But remember that if you break down, then every other person gets affected in that plan. So you should be number one on the plan so that you'll be able to achieve every other person's goal. Good. Here are my social media. Thank you so much. We've stayed almost 1 hour 20 minutes now. Here are my social media handle, especially my Instagram, you benefits. My YouTube is all mixed with a whole lot of things, but my Instagram is my official, my official page. My YouTube and my
So
I don't
everybody
my
follow Instagram, YouTube, and have Coach Eunice. We love you. We thank you.
thank
You're amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Wow. Tonight, me, I learned something. Um, I learned something about, this particular topic, and I'm so, so thankful, of the work you're doing. Please, let's appreciate her. Let's thank her. Thank her on her page. Thank her here. Let's just appreciate her and show her love. Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you, ma'am.
you.
We can't see you
Thank you
anymore.
so much.
We can't
Thank
see
you
you
for your
anymore.
time. I
You
had a
can
great
see
time.
me. I'm coming.
Okay.
How about now?
Yes.
Can you see me now?
Please collect it. Take your roses, take your flowers. You are fantastic. It's the work you're doing is not something that a lot of people are doing, right? We are not so many doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you that all my continue. So a
Thank
lot
you.
of people are going to have access to your videos. A lot of
Mm.
people to get into with you. You're going to be the reason why somebody decides to be alive and give their life meaning. So thank you so much.
Thank you too.
God bless you. God bless you. I look forward to doing so many projects with you. If you have anything you need me speaking, I owe you one or two. I'm available. If you want us to go live on Instagram one of these days, let's do it. Looking forward to more
Okay.
interaction with you. I'll call you right after the
Okay.
live. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Bye.
people are
Thank you
thanking you in
guys.
the chat.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Thank
Thank
Zikora.
you,
Thank
you.
you, John.
coaches.
Thank you, Peggy. Bye.
Bye.
All right, thank you so much. And that's it for our transformational training today. Remember, we'll be going live tomorrow on Instagram. We have trainings on Wednesday and Thursdays. On Friday morning, we're going to have our morning tea conversations on the WhatsApp platform. On Saturday nights is for mature talk. So we talk about love, relationship, heartbreak, trauma, and we'll dig into this our Frank and Chike drama a little bit again this Saturday. Last Saturday was amazing. John was there. So yes, we'll let's keep pushing it. And John shared a wonderful testimony with me about how he's been following the prompts and how he is saying, John, would you like to tell us, do like a voice, just tell us how, what happened. He shared something remarkable with me just before he came live tonight. John, you would like to, tell us, let's
Can
share
I
your
can I leave,
testimony.
please? Can I?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. But we'll
Thank
be
you.
wrapping up in a
Bye.
few minutes as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
All
Bye.
right.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. It's just basically walking the
Mhm.
talk, and you know, and I was speaking with a friend of mine, and when I started this challenge, I just shared with her, look, okay, there's something I'm doing, and I learned something new from her about starting now. Do you understand? Yeah, starting now. So, and I've made a lot of progress with just engaging now, not procrastinating. Talking about stress, you could actually, it's a form of stress sometimes, mental stress, when you keep saying I'll do this later, I've got all the time and all of that. So I decided, okay, this week I was going to start off the week with a lot of energy you know. So, declutter your space, even if everywhere is arranged, you look at it and just declutter and, go to bed on time, wake up with a lot of
Mm.
energy, take a long walk. So I had one. So I'm the type that I can listen to one song on repeat the whole day, the whole week, and just
Wow.
brood on it. Yeah, so I just had that going on with me, and I took a long walk, and it was so refreshing, you know, honestly. And it's sort of like sets the tone for your day,
For the week.
yeah, and for your week.
Mm. And you were able to observe Reset Sunday.
Yeah, So you
Find time to rest and do something fun and then document, write out the things you need to do. I'm so happy that this changes. The prompts are working for you. And I believe that before you get, we're already midway into the prompt. This is day 12. By the time you get to the end of the week and all, I'm sure you'll have more testimony. So keep at it, keep it up. I'm so proud of you and the transformation that's happening with you. And my doors are open. You can reach out and share more testimonies. Thank you so much. On that note, I want to encourage you all to do the prompts. This is day 12. We take our time to design these prompts daily. So please take time to do them. Thank you all so much. Love you all. We love you. And it's still Mental Health Awareness Month. My name is Coach Ndali, and we are going to be signing out shortly. Thank you all. And if this live has been of any help, if you've learned something, go drop it in the comments on the WhatsApp group. And also thank Coach Eunice as well. Thank you all and good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you. All
good
right.
night.